PR Connections Radio presents this episode of the PR Connections podcast is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and nonprofit organizations. They can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hey, how's everybody doing? We're here at the WSKY Stadium. We are going to be introducing and interviewing some really interesting people today. Stay tuned for some fantastic companies and people running those companies. We're here for you. The next guest, the first guest on the program today is Thomas Allen. Yeah. Okay, Thomas, have a seat.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. There we go.
Get a little closer to me. Yeah, there we go.
You don't bite, do you?
I can bite if you want me to.
No.
So, Thomas, let me ask you, why did you come to this networking event today?
Because the Happiest Hour is one of the premier events in Las Vegas.
Wow.
I will never miss one.
Fantastic. And what kind of business do you run the business?
No, I'm an associate with the business.
Okay.
But what I do is I help people to feel better, look better, and age better through nutrition.
Okay. What is the name of the business?
The company is called Isogenics.
Isogenics. Tell me a little bit about how that got started.
Isogenics got started in 2002.
Okay.
It's a company out of Chandler, Arizona.
All right.
It's a supplement company. Our food system fails us. Where our food system fails us, this fills in the gaps.
Oh, good.
And we're in 25, we're on all 50 states and 25 different countries.
And what kind of products do you have?
We have over 100 products that are soy-free.
We haven't got time for that. No.
They're soy-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, with no
Okay.
artificial colors or sweeteners. It's a holistic product.
Give me some.
A couple of them that I like to talk about is our meal replacement shakes. If you want to do more energy, if you want to feel better, the shakes are amazing. They're going to give you what your body needs that you can't get.
Different flavors?
Oh, yeah. We got 5 different flavors. We even have stuff that is dairy-free.
Okay. Now, coffee ice cream is my favorite. Do you have a coffee-flavored one?
We have mocha.
Mocha, good.
That's about as close as you're going to get to
close
coffee.
enough, yeah.
And with our shakes, it's a complete meal replacement. You don't have to change your eating habits. And you can add whatever you want to. It's originally designed with water. You can put fruit in there. You can do it with coconut milk, almond milk, whatever your flavor that you like.
Share just a couple of the flavors that these shakes come in.
Here we go.
Vanilla. Time's up. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, mocha, birthday cake.
Oh, wow, that's great. Birthday cake, that sounds good.
Now, people like the birthday cake because they say it tastes so good, it feels like I'm cheating, and it can't be good for you. Now, two other products I want to mention.
Sure.
It's hot here in Vegas.
Yes.
We have a product that's called Hydrate, a hydration drink. It comes in a stick.
It comes in
a stick.
A stick.
Lightly. And so you can take it on the go. You can put it in your purse, your pocket, your car.
Is it powder that you pour in?
Yeah. It's a powder that you pour in. Everybody's got those little water bottles.
Yeah.
Open it up, put half of it in, shake it up, drink it down. It will replace your electrolytes. It's got biotin in it.
You're making me thirsty and hungry. I want your card.
Plus, we also have one that is good for the immune system, and we also have another one that has hyaluronic acid in it. So what you're doing is you're helping your body from the inside out, your whole body, and not just the surface.
All right. Now, how about quickly, let's go back to the shakes for a moment. What is it that is in that shake that allows you to call it a meal replacement?
I don't have my book with
me.
No.
I just want generally. Yeah. it must have protein in it.
Okay, it's got 24 grams of protein, 220 calories.
Okay.
It has amino acids, enzymes, and it has essential minerals.
Fantastic.
Now, if you had to go to the store and buy what was in there, it would cost you double or maybe triple. Because first of all, you have to drive to the store, then you have to buy everything, then you have to cook everything. And when you cook it, you destroy a lot of the goodness in the vegetables.
And this is a powder that you put into water.
This is a powder that I put into the water. 2 scoops a day, keep the doctor away.
Excellent. Well, listen, it has been so great. How do people get in touch with you?
All they have to do is email me.
Okay.
Thomas Isogenics, that's ISAGENIX 57@gmail.com.
Hold on, you're not leaving without that card. Okay, with that card, there we go.
And I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
Thomas Isogenics 57@gmail.com.
Fantastic.
I would love to talk to you and explain what we have. If it works for you, great.
Yeah.
If you're already doing something, great. Because taking care of your health is the single most important thing that you could do. Allow me to help you change your breakfast so you can change your life.
Thank you so much for being here. This has been great. Really enjoyed interviewing you, and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. I had a great time.
Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another fantastic guest. His name is Jacob Cantillo. Come on in, Jacob.
All right, hey, great to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, why are you here at this networking event today? Let's move you over a little bit more.
There we go.
Yeah, at WSKY Stadium. Tell me why you're here.
First and foremost, got some great merchandise. I got a wristband.
Okay.
Got a little pamphlet, but here's a firm called System Capital.
Okay.
It's trying to meet people in the area.
Okay.
So far, everyone's been great.
Right.
I just head on.
Okay. What's the name of your company?
Sure, it's called Citrus Blend Capital.
Okay. And what do you do?
The main mission we're going to do is help people's money work for them today. Especially in this day and age, inflation running rampant, all this changing the economy, steady things. Yeah, of course.
Okay. And let's take a person who has kind of an average income. Maybe they're retired or not. What would be one of the first things you would help them to do?
And that's the big thing. Typically in private equity, they want to see you have millions in cash. The whole thing we're offering work on is mobile homes. Very low cost for entry, very safe investments, and helps you out in the long term. So for average income.
So you would actually have them invest in a number of mobile homes as an investment activity.
Absolutely. And they're very safe, they're consistent, both working with government, working with large home manufacturers. It's just an option that's not available to most.
Yeah, I have not heard that before. That's very interesting as a suggestion for people wanting to maximize their money and the situation. Yeah. What else do you do with individuals?
Of course, so we actually offer both individuals and businesses is helping them with larger funds as well. So I typically, private equity, you have a raise of a certain number. Sure. We'll help clients find something that works best for them, best for their risk tolerance, and help them long term. The biggest thing you all want to do is one day stop working. Yeah. That's the biggest thing.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Private equity, especially in real estate, a physical asset there for you can go look at. That's
Real
the
estate.
safest bet.
Okay, real estate is still a good investment.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. While the way to get into there has gotten a little higher of a bar, that's where mobile homes come in.
Yeah.
Brings that bar back down for the average person like myself.
Good. And how long have you been in business in this area, Las Vegas, right?
So in Las Vegas, relatively new. We typically work out of Texas and Florida. There's a lot of growth in those areas, a lot of new areas to grow.
Can you work with a client who's here if they want to invest in Texas or in Florida?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I'm here right now.
Yeah, that's good. You are here right now. That's right.
We travel plenty, and this area is starting to grow, especially with the amount of growth that's happening there. big moves into Vegas.
People are moving from California, right?
Absolutely. Great chances to get some growth for everybody.
Now, if someone doesn't want to go into real estate for one reason or another, what is another area that you would encourage them to go into?
So, just to me personally, real estate feels safe. I've tried stocks, I've tried cryptocurrency. Those things are very, very time-based and just a little bit of luck.
Right.
I've always felt real estate, it's very reassuring to know this is a physical thing, right? It's right there. So even at the, I suppose, lowest level, you have a program where it's a 4-year plan, you're 11% guaranteed every year, and at the end of the term, you're 30% bigger.
You know, I got to tell you, my parents bought a house in 1969 for $36,000. It has been sitting outside aging since 1969. Now it's worth $400,000. You know,
Exactly. So it's a little hard to just dive straight into a brick and mortar house.
Sure.
I mean, I don't have $500,000 in cash to dump in.
Right, but that shows that you're on top of it because real estate, look, the thing's been, you know, if you had a car from 1969, it was sitting outside until now.
Get it out of your
People
way.
say, I'll give you $50.
Oh, 50's lucky. Maybe a can of beer.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Houses and real estate have this longevity, so I
100%.
think that you're offering clients that may not be aware of that some really good information. I want to thank you for being here today, and good luck.
It's great being here.
How do people get in touch with you?
So I can be reached personally at either my phone number, so 808-445-2277.
Give that again.
Sure, it's 808-445-2277. Or our website, which is just citrusglencapital.com.
Say that again.
It's going to be citrusglencapital.com.
Fantastic. Thank you again
Yeah.
for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Really fun. Yeah. Okay.
Take care.
Interesting, as I mentioned, the guest today. Our next guest is Marcel. Marcel, come on in, sit nice.
Right.
We
Yes,
both
sir.
showered.
Nice and tight. How you doing, sir?
Good. Good to see
right.
you. Yeah.
Let me get in a shot here. Yeah, all right, there we go.
Marcel, what the heck are you doing here?
I'm sitting next to you, and I hear some music playing. Oh, what do you mean? What am I doing here talking to you? Well, we're going to do this fantastic interview. I heard a little bit about the other interview you were doing with the other gentleman, and I was like, oh, this is the real deal right here, you know?
So, yeah, tell me why you decided to come to this networking event.
Well, because it seems like a lot of people knew about it, so people were saying, hey, man, you need to go out there. So I was asleep maybe about an hour ago. I got up, didn't shower or anything. I just ran. No, I'm just kidding. Well, a lot of people were telling me about it, and I said, this is one of these events that you have to go to. You see that gentleman right there with the plaid shirt on? I saw
whoops,
another
you could have done
gentleman told me about this, and I'm here.
Now, down to the nitty gritty, what business do you run or are you a part of?
Well, I have my own. First of all, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. Shout out to all the Marines.
Okay, stop right there. Say thank you for your service to the country.
Here we are, right? I always like to shout out the Marines because it's my crew right there.
Yeah.
And I've been doing radio for 35 years, right? You're inside watch this. You're inside the best variety of hits and oldies coming up. We've got a chance for you to pick up tickets and see I've been doing it, right? Yeah. All right.
We're here at WSKY Stadium.
Yeah, WSKY, the only place to ask why.
Or to have some whiskey. I don't know.
But I got into coding around 2010.
Tell me what coding is for people who may not know.
Well, building platforms like apps and things like that, software development. And I have my own app. It's a watch this. It's a local Las Vegas app like TikTok and Instagram.
Okay.
But it's for local businesses and people like you. Because here's the thing, when you're on social media, right? I got 5,000 followers. However, they're in New York, Kansas, Afghanistan.
Right.
Everybody is here. So that way, when you're in there and you're posting, you say, come out. Everybody is already here 10, 15 minutes away. They come out. Yeah.
And so what other kind of services do you offer to customers and friends and associates that get interested in what you're doing?
Well, so this is on YouTube, right, as well, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so just like YouTube, that's what we do. We do like Instagram and TikTok, but so anybody can jump on locally, create a profile, you're able to get subscriptions. You can make your own subscriptions if you're good enough. Now, I think you're good enough. I think
I like this man.
have a subscription.
We're going to give you 2 more seconds on this interview.
All right, so it's free to get on those. It's just like Instagram or TikTok, but it's for local businesses.
Okay.
I was thinking we got to have our own local thing where we can just, like this place should have 2,000, 3,000 people in it.
So let me put you on the spot. I have a band that is not ready yet to play music because we're still learning the songs. Once we get good and we get filmed, we could take that song that has been filmed and pop it on your place.
Yeah, being in the Marine Corps, freedom of speech, right, is job one. You can play your music on there. You can do it because I believe I've got some friends who aren't here today for fighting for freedom of speech. So we should be able to have whatever we want on there. So bring that band on. We have a radio station built in.
Okay.
Now,
Now,
mom used to always say talk a lot. I'm sorry. Let me dial it back.
No, but a lot of people are concerned that these things can be outside of their budget. I'm not asking you.
Free of charge.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Instagram's free.
Yeah. I just didn't know how you had it set.
No, we do the same thing they do, but we do it better because we are for the people here. People are already here. I got to nail that. America, if you're here in Las Vegas, it's for you.
You're another one who's not leaving the seat till you give me a business card.
Well, you know what? I got a business card just for you. But we use the digital thing. All you do is put the camera on it, pops up, download it.
Before we totally get out of here, make sure I connect up with you.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have my phone out here.
You know what? I will tackle you if I see you and we haven't traded a car. Are you kidding me? There he is. That's what's happening.
That's good.
But I won't want to mess up. Look at this tie, everybody. Man, can I borrow it up for Sunday school? Look, this Sunday, I'm missing the tie. You gotta help me out. All right. Okay.
Let me tell you, go to any store that has Jerry Garcia ties. They are the best.
See that?
They are
Plug with
beautiful.
Jerry Garcia ties. Oh, let me give a plug. Business.
Yeah, how do we get in touch with
It
you?
is BICNESS, Business Social, the number 4, LV.com.
Say that again one more time.
Business Social 4, the number 4, LV.com.
It is so nice to have you
It's
on.
nice to
and I
be
want to
on.
connect up with you because I got a lot of stuff.
All right, there it is.
That's
I gotta go, right?
You
I
gotta
can't
go.
stay. There's no way I can stay.
Tackle me later. Would
They're
you?
pulling me. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait.
Bring out the hood.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at WSKY Stadium having a really fun time with Happy Hour with a lot of local people who are doing wonderful things. Our next guest right here, James Northington. James, welcome to the interview hotspot.
How you doing?
Come a little closer here. Yeah, there we go. Make it over like this. There we go. So let me tell you, let me ask you why you're here today.
Well, I can't call it a guy that just came off of here.
Yes, you can.
My name is James,
Yeah.
and I am a custom dessert maker.
Custom desserts. Did you bring
yes.
any? No samples.
They said I couldn't do that because whiskeys would get upset.
Yeah,
so,
that's all right.
But
We'll meet later, and you
yeah,
can. You know,
please do. And the name of my business is From Scratch by James.
From
And
Scratch by James. All right. So tell us, are you the head of the business?
I'm the only business.
Okay. So
it's just me.
tell me what your top selling items are.
My 3 different sweet potatoes. I have my regular, I have a ube or a sweet potato, and also have a white butterscotch marshmallow sweet potato.
Now let me ask you something. When you said your name of your business, I right away thought of cupcakes and cakes and all that
Yes.
stuff. So you have those two. But tell me, I don't understand what this sweet potato thing is. Explain that for our viewers.
Well, that came from my grandma and my mother. I'm from Alabama.
Okay, sure.
And
sure.
that's the big thing in Alabama as far as country desserts. But then I got here to Las Vegas. I didn't even see a purple sweet potato before. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a white sweet potato before. So I took them and I started working with that, and they became.
Now you eat the potato, but inside are sugary stuff.
Oh yes, these are pies.
I've never heard of that. That's amazing. What else do you do that is more traditional?
German chocolate cakes. German chocolate cakes. Also chocolate cakes. Also, but my desserts are a little fancier. But if you do need something that's very basic, I just need to sit down and have a conversation.
All right, now are they fancier on the top? Is that what you mean by fancier or the
That,
flavor?
but the flavors too. The flavors have changed 6 or 7 times in your mouth.
Okay, now tell me about a German chocolate cake. Everybody knows what that tastes like. When people put it in their mouth, what happens? What do they taste? How does that go?
Well, they're going to taste and all of a sudden they're going to get this spice, and that spice is going to be liquor because it's a German liquor that I put into it. Also, too, the coconut is soaked in liquor, but you don't get drunk, and it will not overpower.
Yeah, it's all burned
Yeah,
off.
well, in the frosting has to burn,
Okay.
and so it will not burn out. Will burn out. But also, too, the flavor changes about 6 or 7 times. It has 5 different chocolates in it.
Now, do you do also when it's really the hot time of the year? Do you do the frozen cakes or anything like that?
Yes, ice cream cakes. And all
Ice
that.
cream cakes, yeah.
Yes, and my cheesecakes too. My
Coffee
cheesecakes,
is
yes. Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to get a tequila line, and so
Okay.
that'll be in my ice cream. Once I start that, I'll have a tequila infused ice cream, lemon ice cream that hopefully will be coming out pretty soon too.
What are your normal clients, and what do you want to tell people who are watching if they're interested in what you're doing? What would be some of your suggestions so that they don't spend too much, not too little, they get a cake that works for them? What are your kind of basic core products?
I just need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have a different taste. Also, too, I do diabetics. Also, too, gluten-free. Also, too, vegan. And a lot of people, when they go to barbecues or something like that, they're left out on that part. And so they just want to be included. So, yes, don't be afraid to call me about anybody in your family that has food allergies or anything like that.
Okay, that's good.
Sit down and have that too.
Right. Now, we still have a little bit of time.
Yes.
Tell me how people get in touch with you, and then I've got a final question.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you get on my Instagram, you'll see what it is that I make. That's From Scratch by James. Also,
Say that again.
From Scratch by James on my Instagram. It'll show you what I do. Also, too, my website is fromscratchbyjames.com. And also, too, if you see me here, business card.
Sure. Now, when people have dessert companies, they always people watching love to hear this question asked. Mm-hmm. What is the most interesting cake or dessert you have ever made?
It's called Menage a Trois.
Well, tell me about that.
It's 3 chocolates.
So is it layered?
Yes.
This way? Okay.
Yes.
Well, tell me the flavors you did on it.
Semi-sweet,
All
sweet, and dark chocolate. And then also too, it has 3 different. It has a cookie with 3 different types of chocolate. And what that has, semi-sweet, white chocolate, and also too in the middle of that, a little bit of dark chocolate. Dark chocolate makes it calm down.
Okay. Now,
So
can you, if they have a bigger party or a smaller party, can you make different sizes of these things?
Yes, about 50 is about as big as I've had so far.
50 inches.
Yes, 50 people. Because I'm a one-man show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a one-man show.
Okay, good. And again, tell us how people can get in touch with you.
Like I said, my phone number is 702-817-7231. My website is fromscratchbyjames.com. And you can get on Instagram and you can look at everything I do at fromscratchbyjames.com.
Okay, James, I have a very serious question for you now. You know, we're here at this WSKY Stadium. Did you bring any samples with you?
Of course not, because they would have got mad at me.
Oh, come on! No, can't you sneak them in somewhere?
And then when I got pulled up by the collar, could we take
You
you out?
know I had to ask that question. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to taste anything that has coffee.
Just get in touch. We'll sit down and talk, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you very
guys.
much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, WSKY Stadium Happy Hour. This is a presentation of PRConnectionsRadio.com. Please go there and take a look at the huge number of shows covering all kinds of topics. You can look at past shows and then find out when the shows air live. Our next guest, I'm so glad to bring in Brenda Landry. Brenda, normally I stand up as a gentleman, but I'm gonna stay seating at this point. Brenda, tell me why you graced us with your beauty today.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm here at the networking event.
Come a little closer. Right there.
I'm here at the networking event, and I'm a realtor here in Las Vegas.
Realtor,
yes.
fantastic. All right.
And I just wanted to meet more people and get my name out there, and I've had a lot of fun doing a lot of networking.
Tell me, the first question I want to ask you
yeah.
is, I want to find out what kind of real estate you deal in, but what's happening in real estate generally for people who are watching would have that as their first question?
Oh wow, how's the market? I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that would be the real question, and I would say, you know what, that crystal ball is a little foggy.
That's it.
We can't predict that stuff. Right now, we have about 3.2 months worth of inventory here of single-family homes.
Now, 3.2%.
3.2, yeah, for single-family months worth of supply.
Months.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
so sorry, 3.2 months worth of supply of single-family homes.
Okay.
So to be an even market, we would need at least 4 to 6. Yeah, so we're kind of like really kind of below. We need
So does
some-
that mean, let's talk about it in more simple terms, does that mean it is a buyer's market or a seller's market?
It would mean that we're more of a buyer's market.
So
No, sorry. So a buyer's market was when there's a plethora of homes
Right,
to choose
tons
from.
of them, yeah.
So a seller's market is right now. So
Right.
we have buyers out there. We do.
Okay, so let's equate that to automobiles a moment. If somebody wants to get if somebody wants to get a Toyota Camry, and there happen to be very few Camrys, then that's a seller's market. They can say, we don't have that many Camrys. You're gonna pay full price.
Yeah.
Whereas if they have tons of Camrys, then the poor salesman goes, yeah, we got lots of them. So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And again, right now we have a plethora of homes.
No, we have about 3.2.
Shortage, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you counsel people that come to you when we're in this situation?
in terms of like getting a question from a buyer that we're waiting for interest rates to go down, or in terms of is it the right time to buy?
Well, hold on to those two thoughts. They're going to come to you and you're going to tell them there's not that much inventory out there.
Right.
So how do you help them? The easiest way to get into the house they really want, I guess, show them what they're looking for, but that means there'll be a ton of people wanting house A, B, and C, right?
Perhaps if it's priced right. What I do is during my consultation with them, I have a sheet that says must-haves, wants,
Oh
and
yeah,
needs.
that's good. That's
So
good.
we consult and we come together as a meeting. I ask them and I fill it out, right? And I'm going to tell them your haves and wants and needs are going to change throughout your journey, right? Because they might go to a home and say, oh, you know what, I don't want this or I don't want that.
After they see it.
After they see a particular home.
Too big, too many rooms.
Exactly, or the square footage needs to be bigger or whatnot. Because what I do is when a buyer comes to me, we get pre-approved
Oh yeah, make sure
before we
they
go
have.
anywhere, right? So they ensure that the lender ensures that it's on the up and up, whatever. So I don't go over their budget.
Right.
So we have a really nice consultation, and I listen to you, the client, in terms of how, just because you're approved for this, do you really want to go there? What is your top bottom line? And we go a little bit below that. So we have some kind of like wiggle room, because right now there's some houses that are priced right are in multiple offer situations.
Now, I think it's very important what you're saying. I want to make sure listeners catch that you are listening and extracting from potential clients. You're not like, I know, I've been doing this a long time. I know exactly how to deal with you. You're listening, and that is so important.
Well, that's the situation where I became a realtor, actually. I used to be a fifth grade teacher.
Oh, my gosh.
I approached my real estate business as an education.
Let me tell you, are the buyers any easier to work with than fifth graders?
We're all easy, right? So I take this as a terms of, I have a buyer's book and I have a seller's book.
Okay.
I created that to help you along your journey, right? So, has anybody gone to your GPS and it tells you to turn around? I'm like, no, I don't need to turn around. I need to go straight. No, turn around. So my education to you is, I have a buyer's and seller's path. So we're going to stay on this journey together. We're going to educate together.
Right. Now, one thing, I'm not a homeowner at this point. For some reason, I just never went down that road. But the number one thing I'd be concerned about is going with you to a house and there's 12 other people trying to buy it. I mean, maybe not at all the same time, but you're going to say there's 12 offers on this house. Isn't that kind of a frustrating situation for not only you, but the potential buyer? Because then they feel like they've got this situation.
It could be, but you don't know what those offers are.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Right?
Listen, we want to find out how to get in touch with you.
Oh,
so please
fantastic.
let our viewers know.
Great, thank you so much. My number is 702-813-9454.
Say that again slower.
Oh, sorry. 702-813-9454. And you can visit my website at homesforSaleLasVegas.net.
Well, listen, thank you for being here. It's really good talking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at WSKY Station for our happy hour. We're going to take a sponsor break. We'll be right back.
This podcast is brought to you by Envision U. Envision U has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With Envision U, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code envisionu.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. WSKY Stadium Happy Hour. And we're interviewing guests today. And our next guest is Marcus Smith. Marcus, come on in. Sit nice and close, Marcus, with this great shirt of yours. Look at the even mask color. Really pretty good. So, Marcus, glad to have you here. Why did you come to Happy Hour today?
I came to network and get my name out there with some other people that I may have not seen in town.
Okay, and what kind of a business do you do?
All right. I have a handyman appliance repair company here. It's called LV Handy Repair.
Okay. Good. Tell us what kind of things you do with that.
We do TV mountains. We fix dryers, refrigerators, and dishwashers.
What was the first thing you said?
We do TV mounting.
I don't know what TV mounting is.
So we mount these TVs.
Oh, mounting. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So tell me what else. TV mounting.
Dryer repair, refrigerator repair, washer repair, dishwasher repair.
Right.
And then a small little job that you need around the house. You got a hole in your drywall. We get that taken care of.
Now, in today's throwaway world, can you come into somebody's house and say, this dryer is ready to be thrown away? I mean, how do you because sometimes dryers, they're built that way that, you could fix the little part, but maybe it's been around too long.
It depends on the manufacturer.
Oh,
we got some trials. So I worked on a washing machine that was 36 years old.
And you kept it going.
And you can keep that going at a nominal price and not breaking the bank for, if it's this amount, I might as well go buy a new one. And the same thing with the dryer. You got an older dryer, no computer boards or anything like that. Those are the ones that'll last a while.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. I don't want to knock you out of business, but is there a couple of tips that'll make it easy for you to repair these things that people can do on their washers and dryers? Because that's kind of what's used a lot in a home.
Exactly.
To not, destroy the machine.
Well, the first thing with washers is stop using fabric softener. That wax builds up in your
Really?
So don't use fabric softener. I know it smells good, but use a little bit of vinegar and that'll soften up your clothes. And you won't never smell anything.
Okay, is overloading like putting 12 towels, big towels?
No, overloading is putting a pillow or a comforter in your washer. And so do not do that.
And it puts stress on the motor.
Yes. Now, if you have a front load washer, make sure you leave that door open when you're not using it because there's a seal there and that you need air to dry out that water.
I have a top loading. I don't like to leave the top loading open.
Top loading, you don't need it because it's not sealed.
I'm afraid my cat's going to crawl in there and she won't be able to get out. What about dryers?
Dryers, you want to make sure your lint filter is clean and once a year get a vent clean. Have the vents in the wall cleaned out where the hot air goes out.
Okay, good. I don't know when that was done on mine. That's a good tip for me
Exactly.
and for anybody who's listening. So talk about other appliances in the home and typical things that you do with your company.
Well, with the refrigerator, just to make the last longer, make sure you pull your refrigerator out every 6 months to a year and clean behind there and sweep up anything that can, because there's a fan at the bottom of the fridge that sucks air in to keep it cool, and it's sucking whatever is moving around. So you might want to pull that out, clean that out, so it doesn't get that gummed up back, because we need the air circulating.
Right, now here's another thing that homeowners, I'm sure, would ask you. if you're going to come in and fix a washer, a dryer, a refrigerator, maybe a washing machine, how long is it going to be down? It's not like a couple of days.
It depends on the availability of parts and their availability as well. Because if you have, we are a shift-oriented city, so sometimes they don't have daytime hours to be there to get it repaired.
If the part is pretty readily available, what is your typical time?
24 hours. Oh, yeah. You can get it done the following day, that same day or the following.
That's good. And what area do you cover?
We cover all the valley as well as the city.
Fantastic. And how do people get in touch with you?
If you can give me a call at 702-706-2646.
Say that again.
702-706-2646, or you can reach me at my lbhandyrepair.com.
That's fantastic. What is the strangest thing you've ever seen in going to a house? Don't give their address or their name. What's the strangest thing?
The dryer was not turning for some reason, and then when we found there was a brought in the fan, and we didn't know how it got there.
So it was just, now was it going?
Yeah, it was just going back and forth. But other than that, hey, just take care of your product and be easy with it.
And now you have people working with you too?
I do. I have
and they're probably highly trained sales about that.
So yeah, we contract out with other handymen and other appliance repair companies here in town to make sure we can do that 24 hours.
Right, and people are opening up their home to you, so you check out whoever's going to work with you before you allow them.
Absolutely. If I can't trust them, you can't. But most of my clients, they'll allow me in their home with the technology now. They can open their home when they're not home.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they have to trust some people. Yeah. You have to bring in that confidence in them.
Right, and you screen anybody that works with your company. Yeah. And then just give us again how to get in touch with you.
You can reach me at lbhandy.com, lbhandyrepair.com, or 702-706-2646.
You gave me some tips today that I'm going to check out. Behind the fridge and get the screen cleaned out of the dryer.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, and I'm sure that'll help everybody else.
Right.
Thank you for being here. All righty. So we continue on. Our next guest is Eric, and Eric, I'm going to ask you how to pronounce your last name.
Just pretend the H isn't there. It's Meta.
Meta. Eric Meta, good to have you here. Let's get you a little closer. I won't bite, I promise. That looks good right there. So tell me why you're here.
Well, I'm here to meet some people, some other business owners. I have a service I offer that helps business owners scale. Virtual assistants, have you ever heard of those?
Say that again slowly.
Virtual assistants.
Okay, tell me about that and what it is for our viewers.
Yeah, there are people that work overseas. I hire out the Philippines and great people that really doesn't cost me much. I'm $5 an hour. So I connect hardworking, qualified, well-trained virtual assistants with business owners.
Yeah, good. And of course, to do a job like that, the business owners that are picking the people that are offering them, they're going to want to know that their background is pretty clean, right?
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit. How do you?
Every candidate I give to a business owner has been pre-vetted by me. We won't do interviews, background check. Depending on the job, sometimes a technical assessment, a job assignment, we'll have a personality assessment that's relevant, a reference check, and all of that is laid out in a nice organized sheet for them, so they know a short list of qualified candidates will just pick their favorite.
Now, what kind of businesses do you most often turn people over to? What kind of business would be the business that you would want to contact you because you know you have a track record and you can really get them some qualified people?
Yeah, it's going to be mostly online service-based businesses, but a wide range of services, including home services, in terms of back end. Anywhere there's a back end, anywhere you would traditionally have a person working in a cubicle or in an office. The office can be remote. We have the technology, we have high-speed internet, so you can save 80% by outsourcing that overseas. So that's going to be your customer service, your administrative assistant, your inventory management, your emails, your technical jobs, they can do design jobs. I mean, the list goes on.
Now, are these people that you are connecting up with corporations, are they in a foreign country or are they here?
They're in a foreign country. I hire in the Philippines. It's not the only place, but it is the best place.
Yeah, and so, John G. Plumbing wants to have somebody 24/7 in case somebody has a plumbing leak. They would actually call someone in the Philippines. You'd probably check to make sure their accent is right. You can understand. They would call there, and then that person would get in touch with John G. Plumbing here and schedule to go to the person's house to fix the plumbing.
You got it right. It's I do customized hires. So in that case, you want someone to be answering the phone, and you want them to not have an accent that's a voice-based role, so I'd be able to give you a quote on what you can expect for that kind of task, what kind of results, what kind of accent, voice samples, and what kind of price. Because we're going to pay a little bit more for somebody that has an accent.
But voice sample, that's great.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Now, if somebody just wants to have some kind of person doing data entry on jobs or something where they don't have to speak to a customer, then what kind of qualifications do you look for before you offer that to them?
Typically, after a conversation with the business owner, we're looking at the top tasks that we have. We'll have them do a sample task around similar to, or even that may be an actual job that needs to be done, just to make sure, given simple instructions in a simple task, can you get it done? Is it something that you enjoy?
Now, it's always fun to ask, have you ever had somebody say, look, this is what I need, and you go, sir, I'm sorry.
All the time.
Give me one that you can say on TV.
The one that happens, this one happens all the time. They say, hey, I need someone who can do cold calling. I said, okay, sure, then we can do cold calling. Do you do cold calling right now? No. Have you ever done cold calling? No. Do you have, people to call? No. I think it's a cold calling. So you have to have systems set up. Can you do all my bookkeeping? What are you doing right now? Nothing. It's like, okay, you got to give them something to work with.
Sure. So now that brings up a really good thought line, because if they're doing bookkeeping, that means you have to ship or email something to the Philippines for them to look at the books and whatever.
Not really. There's so many technical tools out there. They're very cheap. They're very easy to set up. But for example, if you use LastPass to share your password with encrypted, or simply add them as a user in QuickBooks, they can get access to what you need to have access to.
Final question for you. Someone like me, I'm 73. So I am not as good as my grandmothers on the computer. So if you get someone who is maybe they're 50 or 60, but they're still healthy and they're running their business, and you help them with some of the technology that they will need for the specific people they need to back up their business.
That's part of the service. I work with several customers right here in Las Vegas who really hate computers, much older generation, and they want to pick up on it. I set up the system. It takes less than an hour, and then they're good to go.
So that's not only your work with them, but then you work getting them the people they need.
Yeah, I get them the people, I get them set up, I get best practice, I get the contract. How do you monitor them? How do you pay them? What should you expect? When should you give them raises? So I get them everything.
So tell the people watching how to get in touch with you.
You can find me online. It's amplifyyourselfnow.com.
You better say that again.
amplifyyourselfnow.com. Also find me on LinkedIn. It's Eric Meta. I got my name up there.
Hold on. You're making an announcement. Say that again.
Yeah, find me on LinkedIn. It's Eric Meta. That's MEHTA. You can also find me on Instagram. Amplifyyourself.now.
Thank you so much for being here. Good luck with what you're doing. Thank you. Quickly, gotta get it. All right. We are continuing with our dynamic interviews with all these wonderful business people. I am so excited to introduce to you to Shelly Phillips. Come on in, Shelly. Take the hot seat right here. I won't be too hard on you. But sit close to me, even though your husband might get jealous.
It's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. So why the heck are you here showing us your bright smile? What kind of business are you involved in? So
Well, my business name is Olive Tree Partners.
Okay.
Correct. And we provide fractions, gift services.
Okay, hold on. Nobody knows what fraction is. I know what a fraction is. That's about it. Come on. Tell us what that is.
Well, CFO stands for Chief Financial Officer.
Right.
And traditionally, only the
big corporations can afford that because that's like a $200,000 a year value. So we do it on a part-time basis where it's a fraction of that price. Okay, but we work with the business owner one-on-one, and it doesn't take up a lot of time with business owner. We meet with them once a month, and if they need another meeting during the month, we'll do that as well. But we do the work on the back end, and then we'll have a 1-hour meeting with them to go over what the financials are, and we do something that's called targets. It's traditionally called budgeting. Yeah. So we're saying this is what the target is, and this is what the forecast is if you continue down this track.
Now, let me make this simplified for a second.
Sure.
Normally, you have, like you said, a CFO gets, a six-figure income.
Yeah.
But you're being the CFO. And since you're not working with them full-time, you can charge them much less and still it's viable. They don't have to have a full-time CFO. You're not leaving any blanks or anything laying on the table that needs to be dealt with.
Right. So it makes it affordable for your small to mid-sized business.
Good. So what kind of activities does your company do that a full-time CFO would normally do? What kind of things do you provide? Services?
Well, I can give you a boilerplate, but it really depends on the company. So the premise is that they have accurate goals because we're taking those numbers and we're evaluating them. So if they don't have accurate goals, you can step in and get that corrected. So during our process where we're looking to help them grow their business and get increased profits, consistent positive cash flow, we're going to be talking about internal controls. So there might be some things that need to be shored up in the business to help them function correctly and operate correctly.
Right, now that's my question. Besides just handling what a CFO would do, you also, like, a mechanic would listen to an engine and go, you need better spark plug, you need whatever. So you observe the business when they first hire you, and you're doing the more basic steps. But then you also offer a service to say, by the way, we've noticed that this area could be amended. So you do offer that service.
Yes, exactly. We'll get into that as the months go on and evaluating these numbers and basically talking to them about, okay, well, why isn't your profit higher and why are you losing money instead of gaining it? So we're going to evaluate that to find out what the cause of that is and work on them to improve it. It also includes, every business owner has different goals, a different definition of success. So we try to get them to where they want to be in their business and their life.
Good. So let's say you're working with a company for a couple of months or whatever, maybe 6 months, and then they say, hey, I want to expand. Can you also offer them help with, by looking at them for 6 months? Okay, if you want to expand, here's an area that seems to be your best item that's selling or your best service that people are calling about. So you can offer that kind of service.
Yes, we will drill down on those areas, and what we do with the financials is we will forecast. We will be able to tell them this is what their cash flow is, and if you're not happy with that, well then we're going to work on that to get it to the level that you need, because maybe you need to buy machinery or whatever it is at the end of the year. So we're going to get it to that level.
If they're a company that sells products, would you also be able to say, hey, you need to open a new product line, and we've noticed that this item is selling really well. Have you ever thought about this particular item? Do you offer that kind of service as well?
Yeah, it is a possibility, but we would have to have discussions leading up into that to determine that that's the right route to take. Yeah.
Because I have a classic DWR business, and I started out, I never had canvas bags. And I've gone into selling those, they're doing pretty well. But I'm always looking at what else I can expand to. So I think anyone watching, would work with you and get to a baseline where the engine's running smoothly. Then they go, we want to get more horsepower out of it. Where should we go? And you might be able to, go away from them and look at different products or different market areas and come back with here's a suggestion. You would also do that.
Yeah, we would, and that's dependent on a lot of different factors. We drill down on areas that are called cash flow and profit drivers, where we're going to be working with the business owner to improve those areas so they get to the cash flow level that they need. Because you've heard it said, cash is king, and if you don't have that liquid cash in business, you're really, really handicapped.
So now, two final questions. The first one is, what kind of businesses do you hope respond to this promotion you're doing on our program today? What are the businesses you really feel that you can offer the best services to?
I specialize in businesses that have high compliance regulations. So some of those are construction or trades. Also, anyone under the HIPAA compliance, so healthcare, medical, that sort of thing.
I got a microscope.
Yeah, and then especially law firms, attorneys, they have high regulations because they have what's called a trust account, which is not their money, but they have to hold it in trust.
Right. Now, you have done a great job answering all these questions. You've got people totally interested. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me through my website, which is olivetreegrowthpartners.com.
One more time.
olivetreegrowthpartners.com, and it's exactly how it sounds. The fruit olive, the plant, the tree, growth, you want to grow your business, and then partners. We are partnering with you.
Is there a phone number or an email you want to give?
Yes, my phone number is toll free, which is 877-414-4499. And my email, there's an email on the website. It's called prosper@olivetreegrowthpartners.com.
Thank you so much for being here today. Enjoy your networking experience.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. We are continuing. Aren't these guests incredible? PR Connections Radio is bringing you this opportunity to see these great business owners, and we're bringing Lloyd Ringgold in here right now.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I like that name.
Thank you so much. I like your tie.
Hey, let me show that again.
Yeah, you need to. That's nice.
Yeah, so tell me, why the heck are you here, not home watching TV?
Because this is the place to be. The happiest hour is your only chance to meet this many people. It's a high energy spot.
Fantastic. I like that shirt. So what kind of business do you do?
So my business is Gold Business Advantage. I'm a small business specialist.
Say that again.
Gold Business Advantage.
Good.
All right. And what I am is a small business consultant.
Okay.
Oftentimes I find that small businesses have little bumps in the road, if you will. And sometimes it's just nice to have somebody to talk to. Second brain, if you will. Go ahead and think through that and handle it.
Tell me recently, with or without saying the name of the business, what is something you did with the business recently that you saw real successful?
Well, this one was pretty easy, but it was a straightforward request. They said they didn't have a handbook. So I went ahead and did the 3 handbooks for them, and it was well received. And, my fees versus them trying to get that someplace else was way cheaper. So they were very happy about that. Oh, very nice. Thank you so much.
So what's another one that you helped? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, oftentimes we have people that aren't quite sure about their business. Let me just give a quick example of how they. All right? And I'll give 2. Okay. The first one is I have a person who owned a wine business. Okay. All right? Up in the Lakes area. Okay, sure. And unfortunately, he found out there was a form he needed to fill out. So he went and got the form. He paid the money. He gave it to the county. Wrong form. Wrong form, lost his money, and now he's a week behind doing what he needed to do. And so I asked him, I said, hey, is something legal about this? He said, well, I looked it up on Google. I said, Google didn't pass the bar. Why are you talking to them? He said, I can't afford legal. I said, I got some.
Talk to him.
Well, I got a friend. I know somebody. So anyways, he was able to get a service that allowed him to get legal services on a monthly basis or paid on an hourly basis. And then he was able to go ahead and get everything done.
So you connected up him with that.
I certainly did. He called me a week later. He said, boy, we have to talk.
What did you call it?
Well, I thought I was in trouble because, he normally doesn't do that.
Yeah.
That's okay, partner. What's wrong? What's going on? Where were you a month ago? I'm like, get out of here.
Tell me the second one.
The other one is, and again, I'll just give you an example. Oftentimes I have a company like there's a lady who made cookies. Okay. Outstanding cookies, made these cookies were chef's kiss. But I asked her, I said, hey, what makes you different? I wish I did. I said, what makes you different from everybody else? I don't know. Well, what's your niche? I don't know. How much does it cost to make your cookies? I don't know. Those type of things that sometimes we find out people have great passion and think they want to do. But they haven't quite narrowed it down on the business aspect, and that's why it's coming out.
So tell us, how did you survey some of your other customers?
Yeah, so the process is to find out what type of cookies she made. She made several different cookies. I took one, chocolate chip cookies. All right? Nice, big chocolate soft. Anyway, chocolate chip cookies. And I said, hey, who else out here sells chocolate chip cookies? So I went out and looked at her competition. I found out what their price point was. I asked what their price point was. I also want to see the size of the cookie. You know, we charge $5 for a cookie like this, or we charge $5 for a cookie like this. All right? And then I said, hey, what is yours made of? Versus what everybody else is making of. Do you also make cookies gluten-free? Again, things to differentiate her from somebody else.
Because she's, you know what the labyrinth is, right?
Yeah.
She's in the labyrinth. And you're in the helicopter. No, turn left.
Exactly. That's an outstanding analogy.
Yeah, really good. So, are you, if a company's not flush with that, you've got a price point that allows them to access your services without.
I try to work with every company. I'm a retired military guy.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you, sir. And for me, things to fill my cup or to be able to help other people. So if I know that this company is struggling a little bit, maybe we need to work on price, I try to work on it and get them all fixed up.
What has been the most interesting company you helped, and how did it turn out?
The most interesting company I helped was actually a newspaper company.
Really?
Yeah. I was about to say, this was a while back. We're not doing a lot of print these days. But it was just coming there from Arkansas. They were having trouble with employee retention. So we went and talked to the employees to see what it is that they like, what they didn't like.
You talk to the employees?
Most definitely. How else are you going to find out what employees like if you don't talk to them? And it's very interesting. We talk about a relationship because the business is a relationship. Oh, don't worry. But what we talk about in a relationship, man, what are your love languages? Well, at work, there are work love languages. Some people like a pat on the back, some people like money, and everything in between.
This sounds really good. How can people get in touch with you?
Hey, it's really easy to get in touch with me. Again, my name is Lloyd Ringgold. My number is 702-600-7116. That's 702-600-7116. If you would rather just go look around first before you talk to me, you can reach me at my website, which is Gold, G-O-L-D, Business, B-I-Z, and that is A-D-D. Gold, Biz, and that.
Thank you so much for being here.
Wow. Sir, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Thank you, sir.
We are going to take a little break for just a moment. We'll be right back from the happy hour here at WSKY Stadium.
Did you know your clothing could help balance your body's pH levels? Our cutting-edge fabric technology naturally promotes optimal pH balance, helping you feel energized, refreshed, and at your best every day. Use promo code PRTalk for more info. Tap the link in the description or contact our experts at 702-445-9488 to learn more.
Hey, hi there. We are continuing. Can you believe it? We've got a dynamic business owner right now, businessman. Stan, I need that again, please. Yeah, I need that name again, please. Yeah, Stan Shields. Come on in, Stan. Get right, man. Hey, good. Isn't this a great thing?
It's an amazing event, right? It's an amazing event.
Look at you dressing this beautiful color.
I'm trying, I like to dress up, but I figured I better do something a little better tonight.
Good job. So why are you here? Tell me what's happening.
Well, I started a a new line of my business in December.
What is your? Let's start with what your business is.
Well, it's called Nova Core Marketing, but it's all about marketing automation.
Okay.
Okay. And what's going crazy these days in the world? AI.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know much about it.
Well, fortunately for me, see, I've had 44 years of working with databases and systems, computer systems, all of that, right?
I'm lost.
So the AI stuff for me really just kind of fell in line with where my knowledge already is.
Okay, so what does your business offer to these people?
It offers things like if a local business doesn't have a basic CRM in place, customer relationship management system, if they don't have a way to stay in touch with their customers, communicate with their customers, send them an email, a text, a voicemail, whatever, I can help them with that. So that's the low end, right? That's the basic stuff. But there are a lot of businesses like electricians, plumbers, pest control, those local services that when somebody has a need, they have a need right now. They don't care if it's a weekend. They don't care if it's after hours. They have a need right now, right? So what do they do if they call your business and you don't answer the phone? They call the next business, right?
And you lose out
and
on
you
business.
lose out on revenue, right? So
Because guess what? Let me just interject something.
Yeah.
Problems with plumbing and toilets and sinks, it always happens at the worst time.
That's right. It doesn't adhere to business hours.
It is always not the easiest time.
So if that's the case, then how do you get the phones answered in a way that can answer their questions, book an appointment, and if it's a true emergency, pass the call along to somebody that can respond to that emergency?
Right. Now, let me give you, just from a consumer's viewpoint.
Okay.
I haven't had this happen too often. I'm actually renting from a house my son owns. So he helps me with stuff. But I have that a couple of times when I needed to get in touch with somebody. I called. They said, we're not open till Monday.
That's right.
They said, let me take a message for you.
That's right.
We're not in. Leave a message. We'll get back to you.
That's right.
And I felt like I was being ignored.
Exactly.
And then, meanwhile, the water's still overflowing or whatever's going on.
So what if the AI...
So this is what you fix.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right. So what if the AI is intelligent enough to say, okay, this is a true emergency, and it sends a message and a direct call right to somebody that is on call.
And you can set that up. So
that's right.
When that call, which normally would be held over till Monday, that thing goes and gets in touch with the company owner or whoever he has on call on the weekend, and the customer gets service. And that's kind of what you mainly set up for customers. That's right.
That is exactly what I said. Now, so we can do the phone calls so that the phones get answered. But also, what about, we're in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, people work around the clock. It's a 24/7 city, right? So what does that mean? That means when somebody gets off work at midnight, and they have a service they're trying to get, do something with, but those people are only open during regular business hours. They're limited, right? But what if they could go to the website and do a web chat, and AI responds, AI can still book them, AI can still help them get answers to what they need.
Okay, let's use this example. Somebody works at a casino, and their shift goes till midnight. And they think everything's fine at home. They come home and something's flooded or whatever. Then they get on the phone to their list and they call somebody. How do you set it up with a business so, Tom Smith or Betty Jones feels like that IA is not going to just take their message, but actually get a live person to come at 12:30 at night because she needs somebody there. The house is flooded.
That's right.
Tell me how you...
So, first of all, that business that we set this up for, they have to be willing to do those emergency services. And if they are, then that means that the AI is going to actually look at that situation and say, okay, this is a true emergency that they need someone to come over right now. It's going to then send a direct message to that person that lets them know this is an emergency, this person needs help right now, and it's going to also give them the ability to actually listen to the person call.
Okay, now that's all good on the back end.
Yep.
But Sally Jones calls the number.
Yeah.
Yes, and she gets kind of an electronic voice.
Yeah.
How does she know that background work is going to happen?
Oh, well, here's the deal. If the company is truly willing to do that work,
Yes,
it'll transfer the call to them live right there.
See, because you can imagine Sally Jones goes, I left a message.
That's right.
Is it going to go anywhere?
No, it'll transfer the call live to them right then.
Right. Listen, how can people get in touch with you?
Easy. Go to StanTheAIGuy.com. All the info you need is right there. StanTheAIGuy.com.
Thank you so much for being here. Good luck with what you're doing.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to pause for announcements from Adam of Happiest Hour. Stay tuned. We have more exciting business owners coming right up.
So you're still on the air, but you can go off a little bit. Yeah. I'm just going to keep it on so we can hear the announcements. But you know what? I'm going to play a commercial.
Get 50,000 plus in funding without using your social security number and without putting up collateral. It's simple, it's easy, and best of all, it won't affect your personal credit. Just use promo code PRTalk when you reach out. Click the link in the captions now. Or call 702-210-4201 to speak with an expert. Funding made simple. Let's get you started today.
Anytime. Oh, thank you. I think it's 14. Yeah, they'll be able to go to any one of our sites where it has stored. We are streaming live right now at the moment. They can probably hear me on our Facebook, our LinkedIn, our YouTube, our Instagram, and within a few days it'll be on our PRConnectionsRadio.com. Yes. Hi. So, your announcements, and then are you Christine? No, you're
Janice. Hey, Ray, can you hear me?
Erica and Christine are next, and then you.
Yeah, that is actually loud, isn't it? You all hear me?
On the stage.
Everyone hear me okay? In the back?
And they're going to need that share.
Perfect. So. All right. Real quick, thank you so much for being here as always. You know the drill if you've been here before. Every dollar counts. We feed the kids, clothes on them, get toys, do all sorts of fun stuff. And by going into this, and even if you give a buck to help the community, you go into the draw to win some wicked giveaways. Today, we've got 2 from Abel Baker Brewing Company. And then there's also a 90-minute massage from Holistic Healing. And there might be another one if you're lucky.
I'll make sure you come to Bradley.
Hey, out of curiosity, how many people in here, put your hands up if you're already on the Las Vegas Host Committee directory? Okay, perfect. That's kind of what we thought. So Randy is giving away a couple of those today too, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to run around the room real quick with this bucket for any last-minute donations towards kids, and then we're going to come back and do the quick giveaway and announcements, and we'll make it quick as always. Cheers.
That's good, thank you.
For the kids.
She gotta go because we're gonna have to rotate.
Oh, you already did, didn't you?
We're gonna have to rotate someone through. She can't
Yeah.
come on.
For the kids?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that. We have to keep it.
Hey, business owners. Want to get your brand in front of thousands of locals in Vegas without blowing your budget on overpriced ads? Ready to boost your visibility? Use promo code PRTalk for an exclusive offer. Click the link in the description or contact 702-445-9488 to talk to our experts today. Vegas is watching. Make sure they see you.
While we're waiting for Brian, go ahead and put the chair in there for me. All right. Hi. Hi there. Okay. Yeah, we'll have Brian back in just a moment. If you guys want to come on in and have a seat so I can make sure you're on the screen. We are live at the moment.
All right. Do you want us to both be on this side?
Well, come in just a little bit. Which one is which?
I am Erica.
Erica?
This is Christine.
Christine. Fabulous. So, all right, and we will have our host back in just a moment.
Oh, I see.
While we're waiting for our host, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves to our audience?
Certainly. 1 second. Let me get this back.
I'm going to make sure they can hear you.
Misplace it. So, I'm Erica Fransley. I'm with S&F Bookkeeping Services. I'm one of the co-owners of it. We're a bookkeeping, payroll, business acquisitions company. I'm Christine Snyder. I'm co-owner with the S&F Bookkeeping Services.
Okay, can you say that again? S&M what?
S&F Bookkeeping Services.
Oh, F.
Yep. Snyder and Frensley.
Oh, fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, so you are here at the Happiest Hour. Is this your first time?
It's the first time in a while. We've been to a few several years ago.
Oh, so why did you come back?
Well, we are wanting to get back into the realm of the networking, back into the growth. We want to be able to get more clients. We want to be able to expand our services as well as find out how best we can help other services.
All right, Brian, you're going to have to come in a little.
Come on over.
Our host Brian is back, and we've introduced Christine and Erica.
I'll talk super loud.
Yeah, there you go.
Looks
Go ahead.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't see the name.
Oh, okay.
Our guests are Christine Snyder and Erica Frensley, business partners. Fantastic. All right, so tell me why you're here at this crazy event today. Oh, I bet you are. And what business do you have that you are networking in?
So we are bookkeepers. We also do payroll. So we know a lot of companies go and start doing their own books and they get confused and they just really want that help to be able to find out what they're making and whether it's get a loan or find a business or even filing their taxes. We find out we help ease that process. We want to be able to find more businesses that we can help with that. We also are doing business acquisitions where sometimes we have bookkeepers that we run into or other, I don't want to say CPAs because a lot of people know CPAs, right? Kind of technical. Yeah.
No,
who are just ready to retire. They want to exit. But don't look like it. And so we want to be able to help them either find ways to grow their business. That way when they want to exit, they can get the most money for what they've built.
That's very important because you don't want to, have built this business up and then someone lowballs.
We know that they want to hear you, but we want
Now, there's only 24 hours in a day, so if you were to be, you seem like a really responsible business owner. Because if you were not responsible, you keep taking more and more clients, and you'd be working this much on one client because you had no more time left. So how do you balance out wanting to keep your company strong, but then getting enough work to the businesses that are having you do the work for them?
So one way we do that is we're actually a virtual bookkeeping, so we don't have to pay an office. So that's one way that we say make it where we can keep a profit without charging it on anything. Right? We want people to be able to walk around and be able to still just do what they enjoy. So that's one way to keep our costs down.
Now let's talk about this as well. Someone says, no, I'm going to hire a bookkeeper, or they're going to have you do the work. You can save the money on that employee that they're thinking of hiring. Okay. That's very important.
Because with us, you don't have to pay for our health insurance, especially if you're hiring full-time. You're not paying all of our social security, all the expenses that come with that. You're not keeping up on them and making sure that they're meeting all their quotas, because that's what we do. Whether we did take a pause on this because we were making sure that we were providing our clients and so now we're at a point where we set things up where we're going to start growing again because we are now taking on those more clients. And that's why we came back into networking. And that's with that knowledge gain is why we see all the opportunities for helping other people retire, because we know, especially this is not a young person's game. Bookkeeping is not something people say, I want to go be an accountant. Or people think that they need a CPA. CPAs are not necessary for bookkeeping. Those are just more so if you are wanting things signed off and that if you're being audited, someone's going to come in and be like, I have these 3 letters. I have this trust, which we have that trust. We have that professionality, but we don't come with the added expense of you're paying us for our certifications.
Right, now that's one thing I was going to say, that if a company is going to give out to you all this sensitive information, they've got to know that you're going to handle it right. Plus, I would imagine that really good communication with your client is vital. Because if you start working on their books and they don't hear from you for 3 or 4 weeks, like, what are they doing?
Yes.
Because they're still going to want to have a little oversight on what it is you're doing. So how do you set that up initially when a client contacts you and starts looking at having you do these services?
So one thing we do is we set up what we need.
All right. Thank you all again for the last minute donations.
We pause.
It's awesome. I'm going to put the GM of our location, the venue, this beautiful place. Let her introduce herself and share a couple of quick updates with you. And for anyone that loves putting on events and things like that, you definitely want to connect with this amazing lady right here too, okay?
We all got to go. We're all over the board. We got us. Where else do we go? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is this going to be happy hour? Welcome. Thank you
Really
for coming in and joining us.
Now there is
I'm going to need you down here. Let me know what we can do for you and get it done.
Thank you again to the WSKY Stadium team. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And they put on this amazing food too. And so the first giveaway we're going to do
After him, got it. Okay.
is going to be pretty cool because there's 2 of them. And I'm going to let Brandy come up here and talk about it so I don't butcher it. Here's it.
Thank you to our friends at the innovation. I'm not sure if you guys are really aware that we're a local brewery and we love.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm going to do this just for this little part here. If I can get you to look at the person next to you, just look at them and go, shh. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Thank you. Just for this part here, because these guys are the guys that had you drinking your wines and your beers today. So let's just give them a round of applause real quick. Okay? And on top of that, they're also giving away 2 giveaways. So that's what we're drawing right now. All right, here's Brandy.
All right, so on that note, thank you, Adam. So I just want to make sure you guys know that thank you, first of all, to Ava Baker for the local brewery here. We love supporting local, right? So if you get a chance to try one, make sure you go over there, try one. The packaging on their products is unbelievable. It's also an amazing storyline that goes so well with Las Vegas, and I think that's something that we really need to pay tribute to the people that understand what our city are. The other thing I want to say before we give these away, thank you to Barefoot for the glasses of wine tonight. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin, not Ryan, Kevin, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about it because we drink what we drink, but when we all understand the story behind it, it's kind of a nice thing. And this man is responsible for this unbelievable packaging here, and if you haven't had a chance, take a look at it. Thank you so much again, and I'll let you talk about the gift certificate.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having us out. Full disclosure, I tried to do that in the mic from last minute. Shauna got over here. Everybody can wave to Shauna and say hi, Shauna. She's got a bit of a stage fright, so you're right. So I guess I'll just quickly talk about the beers that are in this packet, in this 4-pack here. A flagship, it's on the IPA. There's West Coast style IPA, and then we have mango Hefeweizen. Sorry, we have a mango Hefeweizen in this 4-pack, and then we have our brand new Nevada Amber, which was just canned a few days ago. This is the first time ever in the can, and then we have El Pato Loco, which is a Mexican lager. So a little bit of everything in this 4-pack. So it's good to explore different stuff if you're not familiar with beer. If you are, you're probably friends with me live in this 4-pack. And then with it is a $25 gift certificate in the tap room. Bring it down if you need it. We got $25 for a beer. We do have cocktails in there. We do have our sister kitchen that has food too. So, yeah, like I said, I'm kind of hit the mic. I don't really know what's going on. So I think we're gonna draw a name out of this bowl right here, and then we're gonna do the first giveaway. One quick question: where's the tap room? Tap room is down in the Arts District, so right on Main Street, just north of the Strat. Come check us out. And again, thank you for having us out. We appreciate it.
All right, and the first giveaway winner is. Of course, Sylvia. Yeah, look at that. Sylvia's a big giver. She's an amazing person. If you haven't met her yet, connect with her. She created Spark, and they're expanding across Vegas. They have multiple chapters, a lot of great business people. She also hosts a bunch of networking events as well, so definitely someone to connect with. All right, and the second winner is... Gil! Where's my buddy Gil? I think he might have failed. Oh, no, try. Yeah, they were sick. Uh-oh. Yeah, you gotta be here to win it. Unlucky. Redraw. Should I redraw? Yeah, or should I keep it? What is it? All right, let's redraw. Nancy Chin Wagner. This lady hosts different events as well, and you heard the round of applause because people love her. Cool. All right, come over here. All right, we have one more prize just before we get to the massage that was brought up very randomly and generously. So I'm going to let her explain it because it's cool stuff, and I know if I try to, I'm just going to butcher it.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Isom. I am going to give away one of my new treatments, which is actually a combination treatment that will take care of those under eye bags so that you actually look refreshed. So we are giving away one session. Actually, 2 applications. If you're interested to see what like a before and after looks like, you can come up and look at my phone. This looks again not expensive.
We're ready. All right. And the lucky winner of this Thank You Beautiful thing is Larry D. Cohen.
Going down like oh gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. He was the bodyguard. He was actually the producer.
Okay, and last but not least, we have Bree over here. Bree, put your hand up so everyone can see you. Y'all walk by that massage chair, and I can't believe how many y'all walk by and you don't put your name on it. This is not mocking my accent. Okay, so if you haven't signed up, you haven't experienced Bree's magic hands yet, it's definitely worthwhile, and one lucky person will get 90 minutes of it. Alright, which is awesome. So thank you, Bree. And the lucky winner of this is Chris Tanky. Chris. He just left. Oh, for Chris. Make sure if you know Chris, let him know what he could have won. Excellent. Hopefully you win so you can tell him what you win. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Tom Menzel. Tom, where's Tom at? Tom Menzel. There you go. Congratulations. Hey, Bree. Bree. Perfect. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, so look, we never really do this, but I need a favor from everybody here today, if that's okay. And I promise it won't take long. And as soon as we're done with this, we're going to turn it off and we're going to get back to this good stuff, okay? But we have this special person here that's been part of the Happiest Hour from like day one. This guy's incredible. You can spot him because he's wearing a little award around his neck. Y'all might know someone named Anthony that's taking all the pictures, always create moments, great vibes, always looking after everybody. It's his birthday. So let's sing him a quick happy birthday on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you all so much again for supporting the community kids and coming to the Happiest Hour. Appreciate you all.
All right. Thank you for your patience. All right, Brian.
Okay. That works, So we are here at the WSKY Stadium for Happy Hour. We still have a couple of guests. We were talking about the work that you do to help somebody when they don't want to hire a particular person who's going to cost them a lot of money. And the two things you mentioned mentioned before the break, you have to remain open and good communication with your customers, and you have to prove to them that you can handle the sensitive information that they're allowing you to access as you do their work. So how do you, what's the step process of encouraging them and convincing them without over-convincing them that you can handle that?
So one thing we do is we meet with them, whether it's if they're comfortable in talk, whether they want to go to a coffee shop. We want to meet with them on their because we want to be the one put a name to the faces to the names. And then also we find that that's how communication makes it less of just filling out a form. They don't want to fill out a form. They want to see a person. And so that's how we really connect with them. We talk to them about their interests, what they do, about their family.
And you have previous clients that you might, without mentioning too much sensitive information, you might say, look, we have worked with several this kind of company. They've always been, let's move it a little closer. They've always been happy with the level of security we offer and our communication. So you can show them other clients who are happy with it.
Yes, that's one thing that we're trying to step up is going to our clients. And a lot of our clients that we're getting referred to right now is because we're because we have them happy clients. So they're going to someone, we did a proposal for someone, and they said, no, not right now. But they like this enough from the conversation. They like this enough from what feedback they're getting from the students. Now they came back there and said, okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah, so now for anyone watching that might want to actually the services, I'm going to ask you how they get in touch with you in a moment. The other thing is, what can companies do that make your interaction with them more successful? Give it to me.
This one is, we love to communicate, we ask them questions. We just love that the questions we answer. So that's one area that we're working on improving. We're increasing our security, our automation, our way of practice. And so we find that's the reason why we're able to go more places. We're finding more items. But one thing we want to do is like we ask questions over there, you guys respond that way. We want to tell you how much you brought the losses. We want to tell you about we care enough that what we told them that we're going to do that we want to do. And so when we can't deliver just because we understand the client gets busy, we're not saying the client gets busy. We slow the exit of 5 minutes, popping into a Google Sheet or answering your text message or email. That would make our life easier because then we can do our job faster and more accurate for them.
Right, now, is everything online? You don't have any stacks of paper, all online. So that's another thing I want to ask you, because online they're going to go, it's not secure. What do you offer that? What do you offer that? They say, oh, okay.
One thing we're using another service to help with that. That is a program that has a higher level of security. And so we're going to come out on topic for that because we find that security. Another thing we do is we do implement standard security practices. And it helps out when we're right there. We're another daughter to talk. I mean, if we're not finding business, we're talking about was it the green kids, the green parents, what are we going to go to weekend? We go and have games and dinners on Sunday. So we always have that communication with each other and being small helps with that. And also the fact that we don't over ask for information. We don't go and say we want to have all this information from you even if you don't need it.
Good. So, would you tell us how to get in touch with you?
Sure. You can by email or sfbookkeepingservices.com, and our phone number is 702-720-3476.
Say that once again slowly, real quick.
sfbookkeepingservices.com is our website, and our phone number is 702-720-3476.
Thank you both for being here. I would trust you. And nice meeting you both. Thank you. Yeah, please do. Yeah, okay.
Take care, Chair.
We're going to take a little break for our sponsor. We'll be right back.
This podcast is brought to you by Envision U. Envision U has discovered how to impact spirit, body, and soul with spray technology in just 30 seconds. With Envision U, you can achieve optimal health and start living the life you have always dreamed of. Use the promo code envisionu.com/VernDix to take control of your health naturally.
This is the next guy. All right.
Hey, we are back. We are back on the air. We have dynamic business owners right here from WSKY Stadium, Happy Hour, and I need that name again. And Dave Austin, have a seat right here in the hot seat. Sit down close to me so we get you on the camera. A little closer to me. Okay. There we go. Good to have you here. Are you enjoying Happy Hour?
Yes.
Yes. What kind of a business do you run?
I have an expense cost reduction consulting company.
Tell me, what the heck that means?
Well, we've got a portfolio of services that reduce costs and expenses for a business.
When you get a company wanting your services, what are the kind of the top 5 things you ask them so that you know they're a company you would want to help and put in?
We ask them what kind of revenue they're generating, and then different services they use. What level of, like credit card merchant servicing, what level of merchant service do you have? What level of utilities are you using? That identifies, whether I can help them or not.
Now, are you the one that comes into their business, or do you have a staff?
Let me put it this way. I'm a licensee for a national company, similar to a franchise, but without the paperwork. Each one of my vendors, corporate, brings to me. And they're vetted, and I go into the business, I find out where I can fit and make a difference for them, and then I bring in that specific vendor for that specific cost.
Because it's tailor-made.
And the other advantage there for the business is that we do it on a contingency basis. Okay? So if I don't find a savings for them, they're not paying me. So it's a win-win for the business.
So let's take a particular area that you've worked with and tell us, you went in, let's say it was a plumbing, whatever, pick an example and tell us how it all kind of worked out.
That's the number of services that we do have. Well, merchant services is a rule. Unfortunately, the nature of that industry, the vendor that I work with for that service, over 20 plus years, he's averaging 98% of the time he's finding a savings. In the last 6 months, it's been 100%. What he finds, it depends on the type business and all, but average, hate to do the averages, between 20 and 25% of their merchant fees that they're being charged, we will return.
Okay, so you kind of go into a business, you watch what the business is doing, you find out about it, you open up your coat, you pull out the exact tool they need, then you get a vetted vendor from your home office to fill that need, whatever it may be. And that you're kind of the person that puts those two together.
Facilitator.
Yeah, facilitator.
Like a better word.
Yeah. And then you check back with companies and make sure that facilitator is meeting their expectations.
We have some other services. Two new services to me. One of them is a got to figure out how to put it together. Health wellness benefit for businesses. The majority of what I do, 99%, is for business, B2B. Wellness program for businesses, no cost to the business, no cost to the employee, gives them a number of new enhanced benefits. And I mean major enhanced benefits, wellness care, primary care, urgent care, no deductibles, no copays.
Now, does that save the employer money?
A tremendous amount of money. Because one, their loss ratios on their primary medical is reduced. Productivity is increased. The one I like that somebody gave me is the weekend warrior that doesn't show up on Monday or shows up on Monday and uses work comp because he can now use urgent care at no cost, eliminates that.
Good. Now, you're saving a lot of money for companies. Tell them if they're interested how to get in touch with you.
You can reach me at Dave@NCRS, that's November Charlie Romeo Sierra.co. I emphasize .co, C-O.
An email or a phone number?
That was my email. David's phone number is 702-496-5291.
Say that once again.
702-496-5291.
Thank you so much for being here today.
I'm telling you what, if I may, one other service pertinent to me is a financial wellness program that can be business or individual. Right now with federal student loans, I can work with federal student loans and make it, and get rid of them. We can make a significant reduction in there. And after May 5, that's the big one. That's why I wanted to get it out there, because I think it's pertinent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Our next guest, Janice. Janice, you're going to say your last name. I'm not going to mess that up. Janice Tomahawk. No, I'm sorry.
Tamalka McCurdy.
Wait. Hold that up again. Hold that up again. I want to see this. Hold that one up again. Janice
Tamalka McCurdy.
Tamalka McCurdy.
Yes.
All right, you got it right. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to Happy Hour at WSKY Stadium on the PR Connections Radio Network. You're going to be there until the sun explodes, you know that.
Of course.
So tell me, you having fun at the networking?
This is great. There's so many people to see and get to know and get out there. You never know who you're going to run into. And this city is ever changing, but it also goes to show that in a transient city, these people want to stay. Which is what I like. So I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere.
Good. So since you're not going here anywhere, tell us what you're doing.
I'm a mobile notary.
Notary.
Yes. I go to you to make it easy to have your documents notarized and taken care of versus finding someone that you can't always rely on.
Tell me a company that would need your services.
Law offices, doctor's offices, even, home mortgage companies, even, for you to have a trust and a will filled out, you need to have your documents notarized for a judge and for the court for specific reasons.
Now, let me ask you this kind of question, which is said with all due respect. Why they could send, their office help to go notarize something? Why would they need you?
Because their office help isn't always available, and it's always restricted around their office time. Why be restricted around their office time when they have so many other things going on? All they have to do is call me, and I'm right there.
Can notaries sometimes have a time requirement on it?
They can, and that's their choice. Because, like I say, they're only going to do banking hours. Or, like myself, you can call me at 10 o'clock at night, and I'll see if it's needed to be done that night, or we'll schedule time for the following morning.
So if it's needed that night, do you do the notary yourself, or do you go to somebody who provides it?
I go to someone, I actually do it myself.
Really? So you're qualified or set up to be able to do notary services?
Yes. My office is my car.
drive to Moapa. I can drive to Plum. Anywhere that's needed within the state of Nevada.
So that can be really quick and fast if somebody needs, hey, I need this for Monday morning.
Yes.
You can get that notified.
You know, we just ended up on Memorial Weekend. No banks are open. Most UPS stores are
Closed on
limited.
Monday also.
Of course. And you need something done to get filed either by Tuesday morning. Who's going to do it?
That's what I mean. Sometimes a notary will have to be filed on a certain date.
It'll have to be filed not necessarily on a certain date, but it does have to be filed in a timely manner. Because, you know, you don't want me to stamp something and then you don't file it for a month or two later. What's the importance, you know, of having me come to you and you're not following your job?
Right now, it sounds like you would work with a lot of companies because they wouldn't need 200 notaries down. They need one or two. So you have probably a pretty wide client base because they're going to use you here and there.
They are, and they're going to use me either, you know, maybe once a week, once a month, once every 6 months. But at the same time, they're going to say, okay, great, I use her as a notary. You need one for something totally different. Let me, you know, pass on her information.
Now, communication must be an important part because if they say I need this notarized, and then they never hear from you, that's not good.
Right.
So communication, hey, it was filed,
yes.
It's all done, everything's good, you know. So.
Yes. I have had to make sure to notarize something. I took a picture of it when I put it in the mailbox to say yes, it went out in the mail. To make sure if you had that peace of mind to know that it's being sent back to you.
How long have you been doing this?
Since the beginning of the year.
Okay, good. So we need to know how people can find you. You're in your car, so tell us how they can get in touch with you.
Legacy Mobile Notary Services LLC.com, notarize with legacy at gmail.com, or 702-604-2057.
Say that once again.
702-604-2057.
Fantastic.
Great meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you. Enjoy the networking.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
And before you leave, a couple of things for you there. All right. Come on over, Brianna Cutler. You know what my name is. Ryan. Hey, we are close. Let's get closer. So, are you having fun at this networking place? I've never seen a place so busy unless they were giving away something free.
I know, and I'm giving away free hair massages. So
Tell me what business you have right now.
It's Holistic Healing Experience.
Oh, say that again.
Holistic Healing Experience.
Fantastic.
I am a mobile massage therapist.
Oh,
so I travel around with my table, or for example, like today, I have my checker, so I'm able to.
Because sometimes you work with sports figures in high school or college.
I have before in the past, not yet here in Nevada.
Yeah.
Coming up on 2 years.
And you live here?
Yes, I live here now.
Good. When did you move here?
I moved here, it was August of 2023.
Okay, keep it here. So, now, in this business, there's a delicate area. You know, somebody hears about you doing a service, and they're not really straight with you. How do you protect yourself against those guys that you know?
I don't attract those type of people, honestly.
That's good because you're saying in health, you're talking about really helping somebody.
Exactly. And I put out the energy that I want to receive, and I make sure I educate them. I let them know how this can be beneficial to their body and how therapeutic it is.
And you can give your contact information in a minute, but how do people normally get in touch with you?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yes.
And then when they call you and say, hey, I would like, a massage, then you must have a way to screen to everything's free.
Absolutely. First of all, it's word of mouth, and then so if somebody who I already know who's already got the massage somebody someone who I know personally. So that's that. But then I tell them, I have a conversation with you. Having a conversation with somebody who tells me a lot about it.
I I want to share this real quick that I'm in a band and I've been inviting people to help. I have a phone conversation and I can tell if they're wanting to come see what I have in my house or they really want to, play music with me.
Exactly.
So, how long does a normal session take?
So typically it's about 90 minutes. That's like my signature massage session is 90 minutes. But people can do 60 minutes after having so much actually about 2 hours. So think about doing 2 hours massage as well.
So the 90-minute one, is that like from top of the head to the toes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a full body massage. It's therapeutic and it's a nervous system reset. So I use hot stones. I use a variety of different modalities.
What was the first thing you said?
Hot stones.
Hot stone.
Yes, I bring them with me.
How hot are they?
I have a temperature thing, so it's hot enough so you're like, ooh,
You can't put a probe into a stone like you can a turkey. Come on. No, I'm kidding. So, what do you normally have people ask you when they want a massage? You say, my shoulder.
I just ask them what's going on, what do they expect from the session, if they have like any cuts, scars, bruises, surgeries, accidents.
And then, and you also might have to ask them, are there any areas that hurt you so bad that you want me to massage to?
Absolutely. I have to make sure if there's anything people want to do. Sometimes people, or they might have surgery, they can have their leg massaged, or their shoulder, or they just don't want it touched.
If the boss is okay, can you do these after a work place as well?
Absolutely. I know options to do it for massages.
People sit there all day,
Exactly. You gotta have happy employees, so invite me.
Well, I mean,
to
this
your
guy,
office.
humans are not supposed to sit here and do this all day, on a keyboard.
Exactly.
And then people who drive for a living must be one of your big clients.
Yes.
They're sitting there.
Yes. Honestly, it's only the people who have stress, tension, and trauma. Those are really the big main three.
Now,
How many people have stress?
Now, what happens when someone tells you I was in a car wreck, the doctor already squared me away, but I still need some massage and some of the lingering effects of the car wreck? That is something you can take care of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Depending on what it is that's going on. And after talking to them, I'll be able to know how to customize the session especially for them. Because all of my sessions are customized.
Well, look right there and tell us how people can get in touch with you.
You can get in touch with me on all social media platforms at KC Muscle Whisper. You can check out my website. It's www.kcmusclewhisper.com.
Are you saying muscle whisper?
Muscle Whisper with the ER at the end. Like I talk to the muscles. And my phone number is 816-945-7943.
Hey, if I had time, I'd get a massage from you. I'm busy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All righty. Our next guest. Man, these people are doing so many interesting things. Let's bring Chris Mitchell into the hot seat. Here you go, Chris.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Good, doing good. Hey.
Good.
Yeah, so tell me, is this what you do?
This is
Tell me about
Happiest
that.
Hour. I am in residential and commercial solar.
Solar.
Yes.
Good.
So, I handle most of the residential side. I'm business partner in the industry commercial side.
Okay, good.
Operate in 26 different states. I'm based here in Nevada. Fortunately, I primarily get on Nevada and California.
Right now, I think people with solar panels and all that, they think, oh, you just throw a solar panel on the roof and you're going to be able to run your refrigerator off a solar panel. I mean, there's more to it than that, right?
There's a lot more to it than that. The majority of it needs to be sized correctly, right? So that's where the big issue is most of the time. Is people have their systems that just not built for what their lifestyle is. So they add, I don't know, they add 20 panels up the roof. I think it's going to cover it.
But they're too small to begin with.
But they're using electricity that would be produced by 25 panels. So they're still going to build.
So you've got to come into their house and say, okay, what are your electricity demands?
Yeah, there's a couple of ways to do that. Like I can do it off of their utility bill, and I can see the bar graph and see what they've used over the last 12 months. But the big myth is you have to be there 12 months to know that. That's the big myth. Otherwise, I can show up. I have a load calculator, 86 different line items on it. We just break it down. Everything from how many TVs you have, how many coffee pots you have, computers, different rooms that you have, what type of lighting you have. We'll break it all down. So we know what you have.
So let's set aside someone who's lived here a long time because you're going to look at the bill. Somebody who bought a house, they've been there 6 months or less, and they go, okay, my wife and I talked about it. We want to get solar. We want to use the sun that's raining down on us. That is when you bring in your devices to monitor pretty much how much they're using.
I have a load calculator. It's a big giant spreadsheet, basically. And it will break down all that. I'll sit down for 20 or 30 minutes. And we'll go down to exactly how many TVs, microwaves, refrigerators, freezers. What are they using at their house? What air conditioner do they have? How often it's on? Are they the type of people that run it? Like, I love the heat, right? It's 100 degrees outside. I still haven't turned my air conditioner off. My house is still fine right now. There are people that have had their air conditioner off for a month.
I have because I don't have it like 67, but I do like it to be around.
So what those people don't realize, like if it's 78 degrees, right, and then you turn around, and for every degree below that, it adds 3% to your summer bill. So if you go from 78 degrees to 72, you just increased your summer consumption by 18%. Right? So I need to know how to figure that.
Now, fans are less drawing. Yeah, a lot of times I work out of my home for my son's printing business, so I use fans a lot. Tell people how to get in touch with you and work out what they need.
It's very simple. You call me right on the phone, 702-546-9780.
Repeat that once more.
702-546-9780. Shoot me an email, chris.mitchell@power.com. Power spelled POWUR.com. And come right there. I've got a website that I can pull up. And simple enough.
The last thing I want to say, I think is pretty amazing. The sun is 93 million miles away. It only takes 8 minutes for that sun.
It's crazy. It's crazy. If I could throw one thing out.
Go ahead.
Just one thing. Do me a favor. If you don't call me or not, right? Open up your NV Energy bill that you just got. On the bottom of it is a big red box that tells you to go to nvincerts.com/bill inserts. Open that up. NV Energy is meeting next week with the Public Utility Commission requesting 35% rate increases over the next 9 months. Whether you go solar or not, at least do it educated, right? They want to go 11.39% on October 1, 10.11% compounded again on April 1, and they want to add Arizona-style demand charges starting in April 1. And those demand charges, they estimate, are 10.84% increase in everybody's bill. So whether you choose to go solar or not, whether you choose to give me a call or not, I'll be happy to help you walk through all of those things. But whether you do or don't, at least be educated in what's happening to your bill. Math on that, very simple. If you have a $180 electric bill today, April 1, you have a $247 electric bill for the same amount of electricity. Right? So let's find a way around it.
Thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, our next guest is Nancy Chin Wagner. Come on into the hot seat. Sit right here. There you go. Yeah. That's a great handshake. Do that again. That is a good handshake. I trust you already.
There you go.
Okay, so let's move you a little closer to me. Toward me. There we go. That way we can get you. Okay. So, are you having fun? First of all, at the happy hour.
Yes. I know Adam very well because when I moved year I actually went to his first happy hour.
Fantastic.
Plus I got involved and he was running another event called Alignable.com, which I'm running now.
So move a little closer to the seat. There you go. All right, so
I'm practically on you. This is the funny.
let's make your husband jealous. Come on. All right. So the big question is, how much are you going to pay me for this interview? No. The big question is, what business do you have?
The business I have is that I am a coach, and I'm a coach for introverts and shy people.
Like me.
You know, there are so many people that want to fit in that actually act like they're extroverts or they're
No, I'm a real extrovert.
Yeah, I work. When people see me now and they go, "No, you weren't. You would never."
No, you
So I
weren't.
call myself an ambivert.
Okay. So let's say you get somebody who says, I need to be more dynamic in the office. I'm in a position where I have several people under me, and the boss says, "Come on, you need to get these people motivated, keep them happy, whatever, talk to them, get reports from them." So how do you begin with a person like that to help them become happy?
One of the things that if we know they're introverts, most people don't know who are introverts, but they're extroverts and it's an extroverted word.
Let's say you meet Sally Jones and she has 5 people under her, or Mark Smith, and the boss is pushing them. Come on, you have to have regular meetings. You got to motivate these people, expecting them to be kind of extroverted, and they're not. How would you help them?
I little by little, as a leader of the group, she's got to understand the personality of each of her workers on our team. She's got to be able to work. She's got to be able to understand where they're coming from in their role.
Right, and she has to be willing to talk to them.
They got to be willing and open, and they have to be open to learning.
But isn't the first place you start with getting her to have the self-confidence to really take on this role, this fictitious role we're using as an example?
Absolutely.
So how do you work with it?
Well, you have to understand that people in the role of playing a leader for a project manager.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're saying. Project manager has a team of 4 or 5 people. You got to work with her first before you can deal with the group. But the group will work together. If they're having problems with the team leaders.
So do you have role playing that you do?
We do role playing. And like if there's people even coming out to networking and it's hard to meet and come into a group of 50 people versus you and I talking like it's fine. Or it's fine. But an introvert going into a networking event, it's like here in the headlights.
In this room, they do food.
Here in the headlights. They'll be back here with us.
So tell me, without using their names, tell me some people, some success stories.
I have a person I'm still working with as a client from another state, and he has.
How did you start? What did you think?
Somebody suggested.
What condition was he in?
No, he was more in like I would say things. He wasn't talking to women. It was hard to date, and it was hard to because he was in he's an engineer.
Oh, yeah.
So engineers
seem like they're just
they're in their zone, in their zone, I guess you might say, and they like working alone. So the point is being able to get out of the comfort zone, and it's very difficult for him to do that without somebody supporting him.
Yeah, but I would trust you. So tell people how to get in touch with you.
So to get in touch with me, my name is Nancy Chin Wagner. Together, my phone is 720-281-2997.
If you say that again, since you're not in
my phone number would be 720-281-2997, and you can text me, and my email would be n.chinwagner, CHINWAGNER, @gmail.com. And you can book a time, which is consulting for 30 minutes, and it's private and confidential.
Are you going to turn people into tigers? Come on.
No, their timers are running.
Oh.
They're just not hibernating right now.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Okay, listen, thank you for being here.
I appreciate Ben, appreciate being on. Thank you so much.
There you go. All right, Arlette, yourself, you come on over. This is your last chance because you're the last guest. Nice to meet you. Make sure I have your name right. Yusuf. Okay, good. And are you having some fun here?
I am. Yeah, it's a good crowd here.
What kind of a business do you have?
So I do electronic apparel.
Oh, wait down. Say that again. What kind of business? Oh, it's hard to hear you because I know electronics. So tell me what you do with your business.
So I just work in January. And so I enjoy it, and I work on basically head to toe, whatever you need to get rid of, whether it's facial hair, body hair, anything.
Okay, now let me interject. Electrolysis is always removed. It's not a bald guy and you're going to work out of your teeth. Okay. Number two, when you get rid of the hair, let's say somebody has a woman has heavy hair or the mustache. Do they need to come back to you again and again, or can you kind of get rid of it?
It is a permanent thing, but it's a guy, so.
But once you do the series, then it's not going to come back to you.
Correct, yeah. So just yesterday, one of my clients told me that we only had 2 sessions.
Yeah.
After 2 sessions, I already said the hair's going back slower, some are just not growing back. So it just depends. And if you want to take upwards of a year, it depends on the area of the hair.
It's not radiation, so there's no problem.
Well, so it is a razor career. And it is, yeah, sending an electric current into the razor.
Now, if you want to get rid of it here, is that where you direct it? Nice.
Absolutely. So basically, I'm just going to take your pen here.
Yeah, sure.
It's a little probe, basically smaller than this, and you're just going in the skin for each hair follicle. And then after you treat it, you're pulling each hair follicle.
If it was on here, would there be thousands?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
And you must be looking for a magnifier.
Yes, so I have a magnifier here, or I also use surgical boots, that are.
Because you're not waiting till it all grows down and you see it. It's not that grown out and you're finding it.
So it just seems to be long enough to be able to grab the scissors. Yeah, so as long as you hold the scissors, you can absolutely.
So you pull it out and treat where you pull it out.
Well, no, so the opposite. So you put the probe in first, you set the hair in, the electrical.
So let's say a hair, so let's say a hair was coming right over you. You don't pull the hair out first. You put the probe in.
Yeah, so you would insert, you would send the electric current, you would remove the probe, and then.
And that kills the hair follicle. What is, without getting, into any areas you don't want to talk about, what is the most difficult area to kind of work with?
So it's kind of hit or miss. So the lip area is weird about that. We have a lot of nerve there. Yeah. Also anywhere that there is hair on the skin. So, it's here or skin, in private area, things like that. That's harder because you have to stretch the skin in order to insert.
Now let me ask you this. Let's say someone does not have a mole, but it is a proper hair that you can rotate. Then that could be probably relatively easy because it's so localized in the
Exactly. But if it was a mole, then I wouldn't treat it. Yeah. But I'm just saying if it's a proper hair.
How the heck did you get into this?
Well, I was a client first.
Yeah.
I was a client first, and then I just. Thank you. That's basically I was a client first, and then I got into doing it. So I went and got my licensing and everything. Yeah.
Listen, tell people how they can get in touch with you.
So I do have my website, nakedbeautyelectrolysis.com. You can always find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram.
what's your Instagram?
Instagram is just Naked Beauty Electrolysis LP. Yeah, and then Facebook is, I believe, the same thing. But yeah, the website is nakedbeautyelectrolysis.com.
I have this cool hair I don't like right here. You know the thing I do? I have a friend who let this look like the forest. Yeah, I do not let that stuff go.
Yeah, it's perfect to get it all through.
No, hair doesn't belong to me. Thank you so much for being here. Have a continued good time with the network.
So much.
So we have been interviewing some of the most amazing guests here at WSKY Stadium for Happy Hour on the PR Connections Radio Network. You can take a look at these interviews at your speed and your convenience. We talked to 18 dynamic business owners. You may want to go back and review these because, to get their website, but to also listen. If you need a service, then you can listen to what they offer and find out if it's a company you want to contact. Thank you so much for watching today. This has been Happy Hour with the PR Connections Radio Network. I've been your host, Brian Gardner. Thank you very much.
This episode of the PR Connections podcast is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and nonprofit organizations. They can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.